Hello, Professor Toybox here. I've got the Mad Hatter with me, and we're back in my Fantasyland toy box. Today I'm going to build Toad Hall and the Mad Hatter gift shop. But first I want to finish styling the plants that I wasn't able to style last time. I've restarted my console, so the Disney Infinity base should recognize my power disc now. I'll put it down on the base, and it does. I don't know why it doesn't do that sometimes. It's kind of just started recently, which leads me to believe that maybe my base is starting to get a little buggy. But at any rate, we have our plants down, so let's go ahead and style those. And the power disc I put down, I don't think I mentioned it, it's Rapunzel's Kingdom. And we're looking for the tangled terrain, so I'm going to apply that. And this one's the same piece. This one is also the same. Tangled terrain, which puts that nice little fence strip down there. And then this one, which puts some trees in. And that looks really good. And now that we've styled those, we should be able to bring the clock tower back down where it needs to be. And there we go. Okay, so first thing I want to do today is go ahead and put down some terrain, and I've already styled this piece, but I'm going to go ahead and style it again just so I can set my theme. It's the Toy Box terrain, again, that I'm using, which is the nice cobblestone. And we scroll back down to the terrain drawer. I'm going to need to put down two pieces of terrain. And the first one is going to be this long flat one. And we're going to orient it this way. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to scroll to the left too. And we're going to put one down over here. Like that. And maybe we'll go that way. Alright, so that gives us enough terrain blocks to go ahead and put down everything we need. We're going to go ahead and put one more row of these in here though. And I'm just trying to orient them close enough to those over there. And for right now, those two are all we need. Alright, so now we have some room to build Toad Hall. So let me go grab my screenshot here. Okay, so the first piece we're going to need is underneath Building Sets Group 2. Group 3. These are the Disneyland buildings. And we're going to use the Main Street Station block number 4. And I'm going to rotate it this way. And Toad Hall is primarily a brick building, so that's why I'm using these. And we're going to put one just like this. And then eventually we are going to need this one. And so I'm going to put this down right here like that, but I'm not going to do it directly. I'm going to use a replayer, and I'll show you why in a little bit, but let me go ahead and just put it down with the replayer now so that we have it, because we need to have that in place to build the whole thing. There it is. And we'll go ahead and drop this out here about there, I guess. That should be far enough away from everything. Can always move it again later if we need to. And under the properties, I'll set the playback interval to 0. Alright. So then we'll come out of the editor. Step on the replayer to get the menu in the lower right. On my Wii U, I press B to record, and then I got to step off to get back into the editor. And we'll come back down to Building Sets Group 3. and drop down this piece. And again, I need it lined up with the back end of this like that. And then we'll exit. And there it is. So now we'll step back on the replayer, press B again to stop recording, and we'll go ahead and leave it like that for right now. Okay, so there's the foundation for Toad Hall. And I've seen some people use, under the buildings, one of the Monsters, Inc. buildings. I think it was, might have been this one. And some of these you can style these buildings to use a brick texture. I think actually that is the one that looks closest to what we have for Toad Hall. The problem is I can't put a toy box door right up by the front door, so that's why I don't like to use that. So I'm kind of building my own with what I have to work with, and admittedly that isn't much. Just the pieces that are in the drawer here for the Main Street USA buildings. That's what I have to work with. Alright, so let's go ahead and fill in some details, and I'm going to come up to Building Sets Group 4 now. And we have this Fantasyland Tower corner, and I'm going to put that in right here, which kind of mimics the front part of that on the actual Toad Hall, though it doesn't have the doors. That does have the shape that I want, so I like that. And then as we build upward, we'll come back down to Building Sets Group 3, and coming over to the roof pieces here, we have these little pieces, which are kind of good. And we're going to need to put these in here because I want this piece on the front just like this. Actually, no, I don't need that there. I'm going to go one level up with that. Sorry. So this isn't going to sit right on the front of this, though. We're going to back up half a block. And we're going to put this in like that. And then we'll put in another piece like this. And then I need to flip this around just so I have a white piece over here to kind of plug the gap that's going to be there when you're looking through from this direction. And then on the back side of this, we can go ahead and fill in the rest of this across the back. And really, this is only here because you're going to be able to see this rooftop from over on that side of the toy box. You won't see the buildings down below, but you will see the roof. So that's why we're putting those there like that. Now if we scroll over to the right, we have this little Golden Gate roof. I'm going to put two of these right across here like that. And that kind of looks somewhat similar-ish to what we have in the actual Toad Hall. And if we keep going over to the right, we've got this Yellow Arches roof. And we're going to slide this right in here up against those building roof blocks just like that. So it's going to be overhanging the front edge of the building. So just like that. Okay. And then the next level up for the buildings, grabbing my screenshot here for the roof. We're going to come back over to the roof pieces. And we're going to put a second row of these roof pieces along here like this. And we'll flip it around on the other side. You can see now why I left that gap under there. We're going to put another one of those there. Another of these longer sections to save a little memory. And that, like that. Okay, and then I think, let's see, the next piece that I need would be the piece that sits on top of this one, which will be this guy. And then we're going to come back up here and pick up a couple of chimneys. So if I scroll over to the left, we have this small Fantasyland chimney. We're going to drop this right here on the center of this. And I think I put it like that originally. And then another one down here like this. And we'll flip that one around so it looks a little bit different. All right, and there is Toad Hall. So that looks pretty good. Now right around the corner from there is the Mad Hatter gift shop. And this is kind of a stone building, so we're going to use this Fantasyland stone base for this. And I want to set this up with the door facing on the back, because we're not going to use that door. And I want this to be lined up flush with the building, just like that. I'm going to stack two of these on top of each other. And then we're going to come out here and kind of stagger this that way. And I'm going to put one building down like this. We're going to drop that down and place another one like that, which puts the door on this side, which is fine. And then we'll come back over to the right and pick up that corner tower piece again. And put that right in the middle. Alright, and then we need to put a roof on this. And we also have this piece here. So we're going to put this on the front like this. Actually, nope, there's another piece over here that I forgot. It's actually going to go on the front of this piece. And we're going to use this one on the end. And I want this set with the two windows facing out. That door is going to get covered up. So just like that. And then for this one, we'll flip it around like that. I think I had this. Actually, let's flip it like that. Alright, so now this cottage entry will go on the front of that. Like this. I like the way that looks. And then we need the roof. So for the roof, we're going to put this piece on just like this. And then for the next one over, we'll pick up this one. And we will put this one down like this. And now here's where we run into a problem. Because I want to put this next one down over here like that. But as you can see, we run into that problem with the that part of Toad Hall. And so that's not going to work. And it looks like actually I may have needed to put that roof down too. So I got to slide this back over. And we'll go ahead and I'm curious if, let's go ahead and move this up out of the way. I might be able to drop that down afterwards because it seems like I just put down the base of the building. Was all I had to do. So let's step on our replayer and clear it. And then we'll put this piece in where it needs to sit, like that. And then we'll go ahead and bring our building back. So we'll step on the replayer and playback. And you see that works. It will actually let it sit there. And then let's see if it'll let me bring this in, because this doesn't actually touch the roof. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Okay, so we have to have both pieces down with the replayer. So let's go ahead and slide this piece back. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and put it down just so I'm in the right place in that drawer. And then I'll clear the replayer and we'll put down a fresh replayer and start this again. So I'll go ahead and clear. And let's go ahead and pick that up, put it down for a second, and I'll put a fresh one down over here. And then we'll come back and delete that one. And again, we'll set the playback interval on this to 0. Oops, before I come out of that, let's go ahead and delete this roof here. Okay. Again, sometimes you have to experiment with this stuff a little bit. But when you do, you kind of be surprised at some of the things the game will let you do. Things it'll let you get away with. Alright, so that piece goes down there. This piece goes down up here with the window facing out. And then we'll exit out of the editor. Stop recording. Clear it. And then we'll move the Mad Hatter roof where it's got to go. And now we'll bring back that part of Toad Hall, and we should be good to go. So play back, and there we are. So that looks pretty good. And now you can see why I had to put that little piece in over here, just because you can kind of see through there a little bit, depending on where you are out this direction, and I didn't want there to be a hole. Okay, and with that, that's pretty much it. We just need a few finishing plants. So come in over here and put down a few things out of the plants drawer. So this Fantasy Terrain 1, I'm going to put this right in here like that. And then Fantasy Terrain 4, we're going to put 2 of these in over here. One with the tree, the purple flowers going that way. Rotate it. Another with the purple flowers going that way. And then over on this side, we're going to put one here. And let's see, I had a screenshot here that showed me which way that flower was supposed to go. Of course, I'm not seeing it now. There it is. Okay, so the purple flower goes out this way. And we're going to drop this right here next to that entrance like that. And then we'll go ahead and style these. And once again, we're using the Tangled Terrain. I'll come back to that one in a minute, because it's easier to style these if you stick with the same piece. Okay, so there we go. That's looking really good. Now we've got a little bit of time left. Let's go ahead and put in the railings around King Arthur's Carousel. All right, we'll begin on this corner of Peter Pan's flight on this end of Toad Hall. And the first thing we're going to do is put down 2 blocks as spacers. And this block is going to sit just like this. We're going to put down 2 of these. And then we're going to put down Fantasy Terrain Corner 1. And we're going to put this in here. Let me find my screen grab real quick. Yeah, so we're going to put this in here just like this, lined up with the corner of that terrain block and the edge of that terrain block. And we'll put that down. And I'm going to go ahead and style this because the bounding box won't cause us any issues. So we're going to use the corner with street lamps, and I'm going to set that to be my theme. And we're going to put 2 of them down like that. And that should be kind of lined up with the entrance down there. And it's pretty close. So that's right about where we need it to be. And then the next one is going to sit in here like this. And we're going to put another one on the other side in roughly the same place. And then we need a few more spacers. We're going to put down 2 blocks like that, followed by one of these 1x3s. So basically 5 blocks long. And that is where this end needs to go. And then the final corner needs to be lined up with the edge of the one we just put down and the one down there. So like that. Now we can go ahead and take these spacers out. And that is where the carousel will go. And again, that's lined up pretty good with the entrance there, so that's perfect. And the last piece we can put down today will be the set piece for the sword in the stone. And we'll drop this in here right like that. And there we go. That's the placeholder where the carousel will go, along with Toad Hall and the Mad Hatter gift shop. And it's looking pretty good. I like how this is turning out. Well, I think that's enough for today. Next time, I'll build the other side of this opening area over here with Rapunzel's tower and the facade for Snow White's Scary Adventures. Until then, I want to thank you for watching. I know there's other things you could be doing with your time, and I appreciate you spending it with me. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, or at least picked up a few tips or ideas that you can use in your own toy boxes. As always, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel by clicking my photo, and visit my blog, where you can find things that you won't find on my YouTube channel, like the list of power discs that you need to build Disneyland, behind-the-scenes photos, my Saturday Steal posts featuring recent Disney Infinity deals on Amazon, and more. That's all for me today. Take care.